Troublesome since 96. You a shook one, Reeves and know the ledge. I'm your, what's that? I smell. Let me count my, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, run. Hi, my name is Dirk Cobain. Like a, here I go to the next episode. Ain't a damn this explosive Beast Coast. Yeah. The mother ride or die for my, strictly for my. Survival of the fittest. That's the sound of the police. I'm in deep cover, skirt, lean back. Give me one more chance. They say Jesus walks and the devil wear Prada, but I'm so deaf. God can't tell me nothing. Right there's on my death certificate. I gave you power. 21 questions like who? They're warning. Watch them flashing like paparazzi. 2 words. Get money. Tonight's the night. Guess who's back on my block? Rather unique. Bucktown. This. On that quiet storm, T-O-N-Y, top of New York, with a pitchfork.
We coming, man. Free the guys, man. P&V. Skirt.
With special guest, Jacob Prof.
15, when I saw my first 100 bids, got my first 100 bids and made it through the running, man. They know how we coming, man. Gotta get this money, man. I came up from nothing, had to turn it into something, man. 15, when I saw my first 100 bids, got my first 100 bids and made it through the running, man. They know how we coming, man. Go and get this money, man. I came up from nothing, had to turn it into something, man. Be winning, keep grinding, it's just the beginning. Rap about they ain't living. Ain't no top boy, you gotta be kidding. Like Nike, I go get a check. Baby girl, watch your flex. Got your tree, she go for the P&V on my up next. Can't wait till I caught me a Mozzie. On Cali, I feel like a different man. We got the pack, we delivering. I remember cold nights, I was shivering. Gotta go get the bag and no stopping me. Saying they know I'm a prodigy. Saying these be watching me. Got your tree in the spine, and I just hit 1 million views. So much better, I don't know what to do. Stack it up, gon' call me a coupe. I be dripping, they calling me soup. I be dripping, they calling me soup. Stack it up, gon' call me a coupe. I be dripping, they calling me soup. 15, when I saw my first 100 bids, got my first 100 bids and made it through the running, man. They know how we coming, man. Gotta get this money, man. I came up from nothing, had to turn it into.
Okay, Coach, football, of course, back in L.A. and back at StubHub Center in Carson, California. Today, it's the penultimate week of the regular season, Week 16, and we've got a good one in store between the Baltimore Ravens and the Los Angeles Chargers. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now a first down throw. Well. And his first pass is incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Well, he's got the hook up here to Deshaun Jackson. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Flex round!
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, He looked like one of those guys.
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down. Webb now from the gun. And he fires one that's intercepted. Darren Lee picks it. Week after week, we're seeing plays like this from him. I think he's in line. We've discussed it before for NFL Defensive Player of the Year.
And a big reason why, I think, is because of his ball skills. And that's something that, for guys of his position, they've talked about it for years. They've done the drills. But they've really increased it in recent seasons because of the offense have gotten so good. He knows how to take the ball away. That is huge for a defender.
Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort. And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics. And it's caught. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up first and goal. They run. Abdullah. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. In for the score. And the Ravens have taken the early lead.
And no matter how it comes about, when you get good field position, you have to make the defense pay. Short fields usually make for good offense.
Now McManus on to kick this one off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Chargers offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. That's Njoku over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really good pickup of 28 yards. On first down, it's Webb. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
Yeah, good game catching the ball in the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Here we go. Grand 38.
From the gun on third down. Webb looking deep downfield. That's going to be caught. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. On the return, here comes Amir Abdullah. They juked him. And he'll take this across the 25 Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. Good to see this man running again. Here's Chris Carson, and he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Here's Goff now on 2nd down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
And he's got a man, Corey Davis. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there. On first down, Abdullah. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Credit the tackle that time to Deshaun Hand.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin, Charles. To throw on second down is gone. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1. From the gun, here's Goff. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Muhammad Wilkerson in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. The punter Bosher on now as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 18. Powers through. 12 yards on the return that time. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Chargers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me. Good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Finding some room at midfield. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
Certainly making his presence felt in both the pass and the run game. He's having an impact.
Yeah, and his first carry of the game right there, he had hurt him with his arm. Now he's showing that he can shuffle the puppies as well.
Flex round.
On 1st and 10, Webb. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And this is caught inside the 5. It's a big one there for the Chargers. 41 yards.
Now that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
They'll run for it with Martin. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Second and goal from the 6 this time. Two minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. We'll come back to Southern California after this. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. They get it to him running left. Trying to find some space to turn upfield, but this defense having none of it. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
They've been stuffed twice here for losses. Now it's 3rd and goal.
Flex round.
Out of the gun, it's Webb. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Dalvin Tomlinson in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Now Anthony Lynn, sensing the play clock running out, will call for a timeout, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On now is Vinatieri as he'll try the field goal. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And this one will not work out. It is incomplete. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work.
Well, the element of surprise was there. All right, there's no doubt about it. For us, maybe. But not for the guys on defense. An incomplete pass on the fake field goal attempt.
I guess, though, if you're trying to pick up the first in that spot, why not let your QB throw the ball, right?
You thinking that might be a better way to go?
Instead of your kicker, yeah. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. The 2nd down run for Abdullah. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down. First down now, but that clock rolling.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Off play action. Here's Goff. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Okay, well, so much for the halftime report here. Guy can't even finish his Snickers. We're going to get right to the third quarter. Let me spit this out. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter three.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one good for 33 and a first. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They'll run again. This time it's Abdullah. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Again, it's Abdullah. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore 1st down.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
They pitch to Abdullah. And he's going to bring this one down to right about the 20-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. On the ground with a tight end. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal. They'll try to run it in with Abdullah. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Amir Abdullah, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens are in for 6. And his kick is good. Now McManus on to kick this one off. This will be fielded at the 8. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
To throw on 2nd down, here's Webb. Steps away to his left. Give him 12 yards there, and the Chargers have a 1st down.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the 1st down.
Come on, let's go! Brad 38! Brad 38!
And now he'll tuck it and run. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st.
And that was a nice, strong run by the guy they call the field general.
Throwing on 1st down. Webb buying time to his left. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
Flex round! Flex round!
They they run with Breida. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a third and about 3 to go. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
I have to think a major focus at a halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
First down, here's the run with Martin. Down to the 25. Darren Lee there to get him down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Flex round! Flex round!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down at what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now at the StubHub Center in Carson. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Flush to his right. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Darren Lee picks it past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers on lockdown.
And he's going to lose yardage here back at the 8. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now it's gone. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
And not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, Well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the fourth. And avoids the contact by sliding. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down.
How many times have we seen this late in the fourth quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
On first down, Webb. He's going to air one out. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, LA. David Njoku with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And it's up and good. Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined it.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused. Because it had to. Because
Amir Abdullah. He's at the 40. Past the 20. And he takes it all the way, but there is laundry on the field. A flag is down. And I think this one's coming back.
I agree.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. The handoff to Abdullah. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
Now it's Carson. And an alley to run. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he'll get this down to the 39-yard line. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. And now this defense trying to use the clock to their advantage. They'll take the timeout here with 2:08 left. And then they'll have another stop coming up at the 2-minute warning. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a give. This is Abdullah. And he'll take this one down to the 36. It's a pickup of 3, and we have now arrived at the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this.
Here we go, fellas. Here we go. Here we go. 4 now.
They go with Abdullah again. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. Here's Carson. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. A toss to Abdullah. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. And now the Chargers are going to signal for another timeout. as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. Running left on the toss, Abdullah. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the 4th.
Well, any thoughts about overtime have ended at this juncture. That touchdown puts them up 6. I would imagine they'll kick the extra point now and rely on their defense.
Yeah, rely on their defense. So a little bit of time left on the clock here in the 4th, but they got to feel good now. Now McManus on to kick this one off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Chargers. They're down here in a one-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Yeah, they drop him for a loss, but penalty markers are on the field. Let's see about the call. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise, this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
He's back to throw. Dancing to his left. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Cameron Meredith, the intended target. And it's 2nd down. A couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You're having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
They'll look to throw. Finds a seam inside the 40. And he comes back with one complete. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. He's going to let it fly. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Jabril Peppers, a former 1st-round pick, there on the coverage. A really nice knockdown. He gets so much pressure in these situations on defensive backs. What are they taught?
Play the ball, not the man, because if you have a pass interference penalty in this spot, boy, oh boy, you put your team in a bad place.
Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And his ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we may very well be headed to overtime. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. Now Abdullah, the return. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, They've gone to the fourth quarter now in Dallas, and the Cowboys have added on to their lead. If they can hold on, the win would be number 8 for them on the campaign. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Maverick. DC. Hey, 5.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation. Here's Goff. The keeper nets him only a yard, and that's going to bring up 4th. Well, they only need about a half a foot. It's overtime, but they're back in their own territory.
And you know those decision makers that are battling inside the head coach's mind right now? One saying, hey, offense is pretty good. Other one saying, no, rely on your defense. That's what you've got to decide in this situation. Where do you have the confidence? That determines what you're going to do.
So a big move here, playing to win in overtime. They're going to go for it on 4th down. They run for it with Carson. Gets around him. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. A gigantic call there in overtime, but it pays off with a first down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. 2 minutes to go here in overtime. We'll be back after this. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Abdullah. Room to run past midfield. And he'll get this down to the 39-yard line. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
They go back to Abdullah on first. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. First throw in overtime for Goff. This is screen to Abdullah. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. And now the Chargers are going to signal for another timeout. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here in OT. It's 3rd and 4. Big play here, trying to keep this opening drive of overtime alive. This is Abdullah. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. It'll be their 2nd and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. They run with Abdullah. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. The Ravens on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 11. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. He's had some big runs in this game. Not there, though.
But I don't think they're going to be deterred by that play right there. He's had some nice runs in the game. And how many times have we seen a good running back get stopped, yet turn it into something big on a later carry? I'd stay with him.
So on now is Brandon McManus. He has hit from as far away as 57, but that was in Denver. This to at least get him a lead here in overtime. And McManus able to put it through, and they have regained the lead. We were just treated to an absolute dandy in this one. A great finish in overtime with a long field goal. Everybody, including us, on the edge of their seats. Quite a game.
And it's rare that you get a game into overtime that it doesn't turn out to be a dandy, right? That's what we saw here. And just what you were talking about, a long field goal to win it. So definitely not a gimme. So there was tension all the way through until the ball went through the post.
But it did go through the post. Ice water was in his veins. So for the Ravens, it's a big win here as they move to 11-4 now on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for the home team here, this was basically just an exhibition game for them as they'd already clinched home field advantage. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel to Denver to take on the Broncos. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
Out, valet, walk out, all these bins I lost count, cause I'm 2 up right now, 2 up right now, I'm two, on one day on my third, I was 2 broke, now I'm 2 rich, made 100K on my third shift, I'm a boy, so, boy, and I'm a gangster, and you a, boy, man, we been getting money for a long time. We was out here hungry for a long time. I don't never really have no punchlines. And all you rappers looking like a lunch line. Ooh, right now, I got you. Right now. Nothing, need a Uber right now. Right now, need crew love right now. Cause we 2 up right now. Ooh, I'm up right now. Hop out, valet, walk out, all these bins I lost count, cause I'm 2 up right now, 2 up right now, yeah, I'm 2 up, round blew up, copped that new rape on them haters, threw up, brother went to jail for them, told me you up, first time I seen 100 bands, yeah I grew up, ooh, on the couches with my shoe up. And we was getting that record label money before they knew us. And we were blowing your budget in the club to boof up. If your dog fall in your ball hog and get your whole crew up. Ooh, I'm with right now, I got you. Right now, nothing. Need a Uber right now. Right now, need crew love right now. Cause we 2 up right now. Ooh, I'm up right now. Out, valet, walk out, all these bins I lost count, cause I'm 2 up right now, 2 right now.
don't be talking sideways. He said, you look